Hi, I was just like waiting for the right moment to say, hey, good morning. How are you doing today? Yes, it's me, your party artist. My name's Kim Overholt. I'm here to help you have fun and learn a little bit about art. And today is Wellness Wednesday. And I've been thinking about a lot of things. And I thought, you know what would be really good for you today is to show you how to do a painting. Because you know what? I decided, if you come here to watch me do some stuff, and I usually say that I'm going to be doing some painting, but I don't. Today I'm going to do some painting. All right, so let me get the right brushes for you. So I will show you like I do a regular show that I do of my own here in Niagara. I've got my 5 handy dandy brushes, which I use for all of my events. And I will show you how to do a nice and easy painting, and hopefully won't take too long. I will try and keep it as sweet and painless as possible. And I'll be checking to make sure that my camera doesn't fly off of my stand here either. So that's why another reason why I have to be fast about this. So I appreciate you being uh patient with me, and if anything should happen, just bear with me, okay? I'm not sure how this is going to go down, because I know my little padding there is kind of falling off and stuff. So let's get started before anything else happens. Okay, so what I usually do is I start by wetting my canvas. So I start with a nice 16 by 20 canvas, and I just wet it down from top to bottom. I'll do this really quickly so that we can get this going. So I usually say the wetter the better, and I get people to get it as wet as possible. I fly around with the water and the paint and stuff like that. So I apologize if I get you wet. If you can feel me from here, you're doing good. Okay. All right. So I do this. I get it really, really wet like this. Because you got to work fast, because acrylics are one of those kind of things where you have to work fast with them, or else you lose it. And then the thing you got to do is flip it over. Of course I say that. I flip it over. Oh god. Okay. And I start again on the other side. I do the same thing again. I wet the canvas, and I make sure that I've got all the nooks and crannies done. Really quickly. Because this is where, it's just beginning. This is your first time doing it. You got to be quick about it. Well, I have to be quick about it just because I have to watch making sure that my, like, I just got to try this one more time. Just give me a second. Just want to make sure that this doesn't fall off right away. Oh gosh. Okay. Fingers crossed. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some blue. So I start at the top. I'm going to start by adding some blue. All right. So this is what I'm going to do. Take my blue with my big brush, the big brush I used to start, and I'm just going to go across the top here with blue, and I'm going to go all the way down to about the middle there. Okay. So this is what we got. This is all sky. Okay. This is what I'm doing. I'm doing a nice sunset for you because you're going to enjoy this one. This is nice and quick and fun, and I love showing people how to do this, because once you get doing this, there's nothing that you can't do once you get done this. Okay, so let me just show you how it's done. All right, so we just do a little bit of blue here. There we go. I see how it's kind of starting to drip down because the water, you make it wet, so the water kind of makes it. And I do like Bob Ross. If you know Bob Ross, he does crisscross applesauce, and I do crisscross applesauce just to blend in all the top there and get it to go nicely. And as you can see, it just starts going down on its own and blending downwards. Okay. Da, 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 da. Okay, so that's the first part. All right. So after you've done that, we switch brushes. Okay, so we're going to rinse off that brush. I always rinse the brush off and dry it just in case, because I may use it more than just once, and have paper towel nearby. And ta-da, paper towel. Okay, all right. Okay, I gotta hold on a second. I gotta adjust my screen. Hold on, because it's going to move on me. I can see it already. It's going to start falling off. Okay. Oh. Okay, hold on. Give me a moment. I'm so sorry. I have to manipulate this for a second, because it's going to fall off. And see what the things that happen when you go live. It's like, oh man, you don't think, okay, we're all good, and then all of a sudden the things that you don't count on end up happening. Okay, sorry, I'm almost there. Hold on. Okay. Oh, sorry, I don't mean to put my hand over you. I just need to put you into place. Oh my gosh. Okay. Again. There we go. Okay. We'll try that. Okay. Stay. Okay. So now that you got this done so far, what we're going to do, we're going to flip the canvas over. Okay. So while that's drying, we're going to work on the other side. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to work on the other side of the canvas, which is switching the brush to, we're going to switch it to the next one down. This is my filbert brush, and I like to do The other side is going to be a nice red, dark red from the top and making its way down. Again, too, it's going to blend in the middle. So watch this. Okay, so I'm taking my red and I'm going to start going this way with the red at the top. It can be dark. It's okay. That's all right. That's what we want. We want it nice and dark at the top. So you dip your brush right in it and you just go for it. You just get it there and you start doing the same thing. You start making it come down towards the middle. Now you don't want to go as close. You want to see where it's starting to blend with the blue. You don't want it to go any further than say that. So you just want to go right to there, okay? Because what's going to happen is the water is going to make this. The thing about gravity is great because what it does is it brings everything down. And there we go. Look at red, white, and blue. Hey, I'm not American. I'm Canadian. Totally Canadian. I'm right on the border though. So, you know, we have to deal with a lot of American things, you know, in and out, blah, blah, blah. All right, so like, you can go right to about there, okay? So now we're like nice blend from top to bottom. Here we go, see? All right, so now the next thing where we're gonna be doing, actually, you know what, I'm gonna take it a little bit further because I have to flip it back over again. So, and it really doesn't matter if it starts to blend, okay? Because that's okay. Sunsets are supposed to be blended, so that's what we're doing. We're gonna do like that. And there we go, okay? So nice like that. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip it over again. Hold on. If I can, if you will let me. Okay, there we go. Flip it back over. All right. So now we have this, all right? What we're gonna be doing next is we're gonna work on this middle part right here, okay? And one color we haven't added yet, of course, is that nice yellow color. So what we're going to be doing, like we're going to use all of a spectrum of the colors. So what we're going to be doing next is adding some yellow. Okay, so with that same brush that you have, again, just rinse it off. We're going to rinse it off and it's still got a little bit of red on it. What you're going to do is just dip the tip into the yellow, just the tip. Just the tip, see, got a little bit there, just on the tip. And we're going to go across the middle here. We're not going to go, we don't want to hit the blue, we want to hit more of the red down here. So we're going to kind of make it go up a little bit, but not too far. We're going to bring it down, okay? We got to bring it down. All right, so we're going to bring it down like this. And kind of blend it in. Now you kind of got to go back and forth a bit to kind of like have it blend properly. Ta-da. Actually, you want to help it along a little bit. I'd add a little bit of white to it in your yellow, making it like a little bit lighter yellow. All right, and we're going to go again, a little bit of white in there, go a little bit higher, and a little bit lower. Okay, a little bit more white. Just a tip of white on the tip there, a little bit of white, and a little bit more yellow on the tip. All right, and we're going to go a little bit more here. All right, see? Coming along nicely and making that little nice orange color in between two. Now, if you want to, because I did have a little bit of red in my brush, I'm going to add just a little bit of white. So I'm going to make it white and a little bit of red. I'm going to make a nice, like a peachy kind of color. You don't really have, I rinsed my brush off way too well and I went a little bit too. So we're going to add a little bit of peachy color in there too. So that little bit of red, kind of mixing it together nicely, you know, there we go. And add a little bit of water if you want to kind of blend it a little bit with that white and the blue there. Try not to go too far into the blue because once you start getting into the blue, you start getting, you know, green, and because, you know, yellow and blue together make green. Okay, so here we go. A little bit of red. Okay, and a little bit more yellow together. We're going to go a little bit lower down here, a little bit of that, so making that nice orange color, okay? So you've just taken a little bit of the red there, and you're just mixing it kind of back into there, and a little by little, just add a little bit more to the tip with the yellow and the orange in there, and you'll go a little bit further down with a little bit more colors. There we go. Look at that. Now, that's not bad, and it's only been not even 10 minutes. And look at that. We're already into our sunset. Isn't that great? This is such a great one to do. And I love showing people how to do this because, again, it's a lot of fun to do. And it just shows you the basics of how to get started because you're not worrying too much. Don't worry about the sky because the sky is already kind of out there. It's furthest away. We do the things that are the furthest away to the things that are the closest. So we do this next. We just add a little bit more red. We get a little closer to the bottom with a little bit more red. See? And it blends in so nicely. Ta-da. Yeah. It feels so good to paint, you know, because painting actually makes you feel really good. So now we have to do a little bit of a separation here because we got the sky, lots of sky, but we're going to add a little bit of sea there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some of the red again on that same brush. Okay, and we're just going to add a line, okay? We're going to just make a line across the bottom. I usually say like the bottom third, so I mean, I made this a little bit further down, but you can go a little bit higher if you want to. So I'm going to go a little bit higher, yeah, a little bit higher than, like say, the bottom third of the page. You can just do this. Or quarter, whatever you want. You know, the choice is yours. I'm going to make it a little bit lower than before. So there we go. And the great thing about gravity is still bringing it down, and that's what you want. So okay, so a little bit further down. There we go, and you blend it in nicely. See, not even 10 minutes, and you've already got a nice sunset with a lake in it. you could stop right there if you wanted to. That's perfect. Look at that. No land, just lots of color. Lots of color there. But we want to add something else to that, don't we? Yes, because the sun's in there somewhere. Yes, the sun is in there, in that sky somewhere, and we got to find it. So let me just go back into the sky, maybe make it a little bit more of a sunset. There we go. You can always play with it like that. Now, the other thing that we can do too is with the yellow, with your red and a little bit of yellow on there, you can make some like reflections of different clouds across the sky of red and yellow, just in spots, like nothing major. And you don't have to worry because a lot of it won't be seen because it will be covered up by palm trees, which is great too. So you can play a little bit with trying to make some neat looking kind of clouds with yellow in it and kind of stuff. Okay, and then we blend it. There we go. So blending. Watch me blend. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of white there too. I'm just gonna go on those spots there too, and I'm just gonna go with a little bit of white across there. A little bit of white across this one too. A little bit of white across that too. Isn't that nice? Okay. Nothing major, just little lines, that's all. All right, and then we rinse it off. All right. And then we move on to the next step, which is making the sun. Now that's the fun part. Now I usually, at this point, I get you guys to rinse off your brushes and hold on a second. Because my phone's going to crash again. Okay, so what I usually do is get you to like dry off your brushes. Now you can see, even right now, the waters bring everything down. So now it's creating like that horizon line there. Isn't that great? I love paint. Okay, so now that we've done that, we got to make the sun. And I love to have the sun in my pictures. And what I usually like to do is get people to take a piece of paper towel and take your secret weapon, which is the tip of your finger, and dip this into your water. Oh, just the tip. Careful, no more. And make yourself the sun. So when you draw your sun, usually you think it's supposed to be in the middle, but actually if you put it over the side, it makes it a little bit more interesting. So you just dab a little bit and remove with your finger. And there you go. There's your sun. Now, if you don't like it too much right there, if it doesn't look greatest, what you can do is you can always go back and fix it. But start small, and that way, if you get bigger, it'll just kind of, you can make it blend with a little bit of white, and I can show you afterwards. So, okay, we're just trying to get that one edge to kind of, there's always that one spot that doesn't look right. Okay, we can work on that all day, and we can play with this as many clouds as you want to, but we kind of want to keep it short and sweet. So we will pass out. I guess we make the little sun there. Make the sun with like a little bit. So maybe some clouds coming into there. Ooh, look at that! Just by using my finger, I can make it look like neat little clouds coming across there too. But I wouldn't suggest using your finger for everything, but I mean, that looks kind of neat. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the next brush over. So I've used 2 brushes so far, 2 of the big ones, and I move down to the next size, which will be, I will make it the round one. This is the one that has a round and a tip on it, and I will dip it into my white. Oh, it is also the one that, this is also the one that comes loose. I forgot about that. Let me put that back together. Okay, dip it in my white. And I'm going to make that the sun a little bit brighter. So I'm going to just go, there we go. So make that a nice proper circle just by going on the inside of there. I can go back over with some more stuff later, but that just makes it extra bright. But it's just by doing that, see, a little bit of that, and again you can put like a little bit of sky, make it a little bit more white in there. There you go, a little more definition to the sky, the clouds there. There we go. Okay, don't play with it too much. You know what they say when you play with it too much. Okay. So, next thing you're going to be doing, of course, is like, okay, so, I mean, you still got the same brush. You can just kind of make sure your horizon line is still going nice and straight. If it's not, if it's giving you some issues, use your brush there while you still have a little kind of handy and just make it a little bit straighter. There we go. All right, so the next thing we're going to be doing, because this is like almost a finished painting, like right there. The next thing we're going to be doing is we're taking some of that white again in that same brush, and we're going to make the reflection with that little bit of on that tip there. We're just going to kind of like where the brush is, and we're going to like create where the water is. We're just going to go lightly. We're not even touching the canvas really. We're just kind of lightly stroking over top, and we're just going to make like it looks like. I mean, if you've never painted before, this is the best way to do it. It's just by do little bits at a time. So, whoa, okay. Hold on 1 second. It's going to fly off again. Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay, so doing a little bit of the bottom here too. Like I say, just take your, on the tip, just go light across. If you don't think you have enough water or enough paint, go back and dip it in again, just on the tip, just a little on the tip there, just right there, and just go right across there. And you make it kind of a triangle shape, kind of going down like that, like a triangle. Okay. Everybody's like, which way do you usually go? I go like in the way of a triangle shape. That way, you kind of looks like it's getting closer to you this way. So I'm gonna do like that. And just like I say, lightly crush. You're not even touching. You're just kind of lightly smoothing over. And there you go. You got reflection in the water. Okay. Now, the next part is the fun part, because we're going to rinse out the brush, and we're going to do. Okay. Well, some people can make if you want to make a shoreline, you can make a shoreline too. And I would probably use the same to do that, like the same brush to do that. But let's switch brushes because I want to show you every brush too, like I do when I do my painting parties. So I switched to my next brush would be my flat brush. And that one I'm going to be using because, I mean, at this point I can start doing the palm trees, and the palm trees are silhouetted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you using this brush how to make palm tree fronds and keep it nice and simple and easy. Now hold on 1 second because I have to adjust my screen one more time. I feel so bad to keep on moving you. Okay, all right, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to make some palm tree fronds. Now we're going to start really simple. We're going to use black, and this is where it gets scary, I know, because it looks so beautiful already. You don't want to change anything. You can keep it like this if you want. You can make it whatever. Or you can take this one here, the next one, and you can see how you can go skinny with this and make it and fat with that one. So watch skinny and fat. I'll show you. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Okay, so this is what we're going to be doing. Okay, hold on. I'm adjusting my screen again because I know it's going to tip if I don't. Oh, come on, please stay. Please stay. I want you, won't need your God. Just stay. Oh gosh. Okay, if you fall, I am so sorry. Okay, but we're gonna make some. We're gonna start with making some palm trees. These. Okay, we're gonna make a palm tree right here. So I know this is gonna be scary. We're putting. Oh no, we're putting something in there. Oh, on the skinny side. Use the skinny side. Make the line, and then you can go a bit thicker. Make a thicker line. See, there you go. There's the line. Go down. There's one there. The shore's right here. So I grabbed another. I'm going to black again. The whole thing black, of course. And we're going to do on the other side here. We'll do another one like way about there. Kind of off the screen. So it goes kind of off to the side. So you can kind of just let it go there, over there. There we go. And then we're going to make a couple more. So maybe one over here, coming out the side there, a small one. Maybe another one kind of, maybe over, just coming over here. Okay, just a few in wherever you want. Okay, just fronds wherever you want. Now we're going to show you. I'm going to show you how to make the palm fronds. Okay, just bear with me if you fall over. I'm so sorry. Okay. But hey, look at, we're not even 20 minutes in and I'm practically finished. Okay, so what we do is we make like a star and we kind of have it, think of gravity, so it's kind of falling over and stuff. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to add some little wisps that kind of go up, up, up. We're almost making a star shape, okay? All right, so like that. And that's how you start. You do this one here, you do the same thing. Make like little, maybe make little like that, like that, like that, and like that there. And you don't have to color it in just yet, but just, maybe just make where you want them to be, like one there, one there, one there, one there. Maybe you want to have one kind of covering over your part of the sun right there too. And the last one over there in the end. Okay, we're still all right, right? And again, apologize if you fall over. There we go. So, wow, we're going to be covering it with palm fronds, okay? It's going to look so neat, but watch. Okay, so that's one of those there. All right, so making the palm fronds, you're going to use the same brush, but you're going, and you can always use the little tiny baby details brush too if you want to. But this is how we're going to do it, okay? So what you do is you just kind of push from the middle, and you're making like an arrow shape. Let me show you what my brush again. So it kind of looks like a. It's almost like, I'll show you on this. It's almost like you're making like that kind of motion, like that. Okay, so now watch. You push off, okay? Push off, people. So you just kind of like. And you fill it in. So all those sticks that you made, you can now follow and make it like an arrow shape. Just kind of give them a flick, okay? Yeah. And so you do the rest of them here. And it's very relaxing to do this. Like if you want to do something that's kind of fun to play with, this is definitely one of those to do. There we go. Can you see? It already looks really like a palm tree. Have you ever seen a palm tree? I've gone to see many palm trees. I have somebody talking to me at the same time I'm doing this, so you'll have to forgive me if I. She'll have to forgive me if I don't answer right away because I'm busy painting. I can only do so many things at the same time. All right, and how's it looking? What do you think? Does that look pretty cool or what? It's because I'm a professional. I've been doing this forever, right? I just make it easy because, okay, how about these ones over here? The one that you can actually see. Let me just get this one for you. It looks really pretty after when you finished. It looks really nice when it's done. And you can hang it up wherever you want to in your place. And you don't have to be embarrassed about it, You're like, oh, I did okay. Add extra ones down here if you want to. Make it, fill it up as much as you want to. Let me do this one here. See, and you fill it up. And you still see the colors underneath, which is great. Because that's what you want. You want to still be able to see the colors underneath. But you want to see, and these are with with 3 basic colors in black and white. Make something so easy. Makes you proud. And you can make whatever kind of scene you want to. You don't have to make it look like this one. You can play around with it and come up with your own ideas for what you want to do with your background. But this is like the way to get you started. If you've never tried painting before, this is the great way to go. Like I say, I've got lots of palm fronds here now. And it's fun just to do this. Just flicking it. And a nice, look at how pretty it turned out. And one more. There we go. Look at that. And I mean, if you really want to, if you wanted to add like a little island in the background or add like a little bit of a thing there to make it look like there's a land on there, you can just then kind of draw it in at the end. And, you know, just like a little bit there too, if you want to. And there you go. Look at that. You created your own scene, and it only took not even half an hour to do. And I love doing this with a crowd because usually this is when the parts where you get to have fun with the people. You get to play and sing songs and drink and do all kinds of fun things, you know, and this is what I love to do. And if you like to do this with me, you know, we can all get together and paint. It wouldn't take very much. And look at how much fun this was. And I didn't even get to use my little details baby picture and baby paintbrush, but I will use it to sign my name. Isn't that great? Hold on a second. I'll fix one spot because you can always fix that up later on, but you know, this is your painting. You do whatever you want to. So I'm just gonna make this look a little bit more. There we go. And we go. You can't see that part. Let me just see if I can fix this. Hold on. No, it won't go. Okay. But what I'm going to do is I'll move it over a little bit like this. Oh, I'll just show you. I'll just show you. There we go. So make like a little island, you know, nearby here. You can do that too. And the other thing to do, of course, once you're done with your picture, I'm going to put some right there. Okay. There we go. That's missing there. All right. So the last thing to do, isn't that very nice? Look how nice that feels. You sit down in front of that and that makes you feel really good. For Wellness Wednesday, having a finished painting, that's a great idea. All right. So let me sign it for you. I usually sign it at the bottom corner here. There we go. And usually I put the year 25. All right. So look at that. Make yourself a nice painting. Simple, quick, and easy. Oh, I almost forgot. There's that. You know, we have that little bit of cloud in the way of the sun there. We can do that again. We can do it like something like that. There we go. Isn't that beautiful? A finished painting in less than a half an hour. How about that? Look at that. Makes you want to just hang out in the sunset there and just have a good time, doesn't it? And live, look at that. Did you enjoy that? If you enjoy that, let me know in the comments below because, you know, if you'd rather see me do stuff like that all the time, I can do that. So let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you guys tomorrow for Entertainment Thursday, which I will be a ham for you, of course, making all kinds of stupid remarks and funny things to say. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Peace, oh brother, with a little bit added, as my mom used to say. Look it, and look it. I didn't even get anything on me except for like right there. And that's just from picking up the canvas. Quick and painless. You know, that's the way I like to work. All right, well, I hope you have a great day. Oh, and my third book's coming out, and these are my first two ones. Please look up my book for The Plight of Time. The Plight of Time. It's a great book to read. It's fast, and they're fun. Oh my gosh. And not only that, but I also have Luna Sparkles, her own YouTube channel if you want to see something that's good for kids. And I've got more stuff coming. So please hang out with me for a little while because, you know, you never know what's going to happen next. Especially, yeah, don't look behind the curtain. That's even worse. All right. So in the meantime, thank you very much for tuning in, my lovely friends out there. I hope to see you guys later. Peace, oh brother, with a little bit added, as my mom used to say. And I will talk to you later. Have yourself a wonderful day. I really don't want to go, but I have to. They force me, you know.